Guess who just spent way more money? Just spent more money on courses and mentorship. Yes, that is your girl Kid D. Hello, everyone. My name is Kid D, and I just spent $4,800 on another course. Another one. How did this happen? Why did this happen? What's going on with you, Kid D? Oh my god. Well, I made a live. When you get this actual video, this will be like June something. I don't even know. But I made a live just now, which is like May 15th or May 12th or something, but I made a live. And it went through the entire process of me like talking with the closer and learning more info about this. So I like recorded the entire thing. And yeah, like where the fuck did this come from? I think one of my latest videos was like me talking about lead generation and how I'm gonna start my whole lead gen agency and SMMA and all that stuff. That did not last long. I will say that it lasted 2 weeks, right? Because I guess this would be the third week. 2 weeks ago, I just found out about lead gen, like just thinking about it, taking it seriously. Week 2 was going into it, getting all the shit that I need, getting the program, getting more information, learning more about it, and literally by the end of week 2, coming to week 3, which is now, I just fell out of love. Like, I was being hesitant, which is, you know, that comes with anything that's like scary and new. You just have that hesitancy, that nervousness. But knowing that I made 10 calls that one day, I did live 10 cold calls. And I wasn't great, it wasn't the best, but I still did it. And that was the day after. That was literally last night I heard about lead gen, and then the next day I did something. So I was getting into it, and I thought that this was definitely going to be like a crazy cool path for me until like everything about cold calling, I you know, nervous but wasn't mad about it, but like the service delivery part was the main thing. And if you watch the last video, or, well, the video I had with Elmer, he was kind of talking about how that was like the same thing, like literally like me seeming to be apprehensive about the service delivery, me just seeming to leave wanting to just talk and that be it. It was like I recognized that he mentioned and recommended life insurance, and I was like, you know, that sounds like pretty cool. I think I applied to a couple of jobs, but I didn't get anything. I actually got rejected, and it's what made me want to go into like continuing with this. But the more I you know, I bought the list. I bought a $25 it costed me. I purchased Go High Level. I have like $100 spent on the subscription. Like I had the pitch kind of ready, but like there I had everything. The only thing that was missing was me making the calls, but I still didn't make the calls because I didn't know what I was doing. Like I felt like all the ad shit is just so, in quotes, it's not complex, but it's just so out of my wheelhouse that I personally didn't feel that comfort of like getting on the phone with so many people and talking about a service I literally had no idea about. And like this internal pressure of wanting to do something, wanting to take action because I'm that kind of person, but then feeling hesitant because it's like oh wait, I actually don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm not the type of person that can dive headfirst with something that I have like no idea about what it is, and then fake confidence. Like I have to like have confidence in order for me to come across as confident in most parts. Like again, for me, it's like I don't want to mess with other people's money. I'm not trying to play with your money. So I'm not going to be here, zero experience. Marketing was my worst grade in college. And I'm not going to be here, yeah, like, hey, I get your ads up. Not saying that it won't happen. But it was just like the level of accountability straight out. It was too overwhelming for the type of person that I am. I definitely feel like I need to build up to it. I'm somebody who needs to like go in steps, but I'm also somebody who likes to go head on and do things head on. But you know, I'm constantly doing things with nobody there, no structure, just me on my own, putting in the time, putting in the work, putting in the hours. Now I have ChatGPT or AI to help me, but it's still like I don't exactly know where I'm going, and the reason why I invested in this internship or this mentorship is because it gives me structure, it gives me training, and it potentially gets me a job after, I've like proven myself. And bro, it's not like I didn't want to get into sales before. I have applied to sales jobs, yet I think we've seen together that I've gotten rejections from them too. I literally have a folder of like job rejections that I've gotten throughout the months, and I've been applying to jobs since January. It's currently May, and I think just the other day I got another rejection. So it's just like, okay, well, y'all are here and I'm here trying to work, and y'all not trying to get me anything. You know what I mean? Y'all are not interested. And so it's just like, you know what, like, fuck that. I want to do something that actually, makes a difference in my life. I know what it's like to make 3 bands. What is it like to make 13? And it's crazy how there's like no other job out here with the experience required that can really get you this. Like sales, like you can, like your ceiling is uncapped. It's really up to you. And it's really crazy that I went to school. Like obviously, I don't regret going to college. I met some really great people there, and they're still my friends to this day. But it's like, bro, it's like I'm still living at my parents' house after almost 4 years of graduating university, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like people are wishing that they could move back in with their parents because of how bad things are, but it's like the polarity. Regular people are talking about how there's no jobs, I'm getting fired, like no one's hiring, and then you see this other side of it where it's just like high ticket sales, like I'm out here remote on a yacht on a beach, and I'm just like, wait, what's going on here? How is one part of my world or the world, it's like falling apart, I can't find a job, my bank account is running low, and then this other part is there's tons of demand, there's so much opportunity. I just made 5K last week, or 5K last month, 8K last month, this person's doing, and it's just like, what the hell is going on? So I'd rather be in the area and position of where the people who are making a lot of money are in, because it's like, why the fuck not? And the investment is the biggest price, but you have to think about like ROI. Like you really do. You have to like think about it in a sense of like, okay, yeah, I'm not a fan of going into debt, but I am also not a fan of being poor and impoverished. And as I've gotten down this road of like trading and just being online and watching people, there was this one interview or one podcast, I don't know why. I have watched dozens of, successful people and being on a podcast for X, Y, and Z reasons. I've watched dozens. But this one in particular, I believe that it connected with me more because not just with the information that it provided, but also the mindset and like where I currently am. It just matched. And I'm realizing this, like, before I've had this information, but I just wasn't at the frequency level to really obtain the information and do something with it. Do something grand. But this particular interview was with Bella Sloan Academy, and they were interviewing some, like, options trader, some dude, I can't really remember. But it was like essentially them talking about mentorship. They got to this one part talking about mentorship and how that was the thing that really got them to where they are, and they would not be here without mentorship. And again, I don't know why this interview was the one, but that was the one that got like a fire under my ass and what made me invest in Randy Howell and like really think about like ROI. Because it's like, if Randy Howell can turn me into a consistently profitable trader, literally, why would I be offended or be upset or fearful about spending $5,000 if I know that I can make that in a day with day trading? Like, once I'm good, and it goes back to this. It's like, yeah, another 5 bands out of my bank account, but it's also like, if this is a career and this is a job where you can make essentially 5 bands, let's say in like 4 months of being here, it's like that one time $5,000 payment is gonna pay you back. Like, okay, yeah, that fifth month or whatever, or however it is, you go break even. But then the next month, now you're in the clear, and now you're doing a job that actually makes you money. But yeah, man, like I'm in this point in my life where I'm like, bro, like if I don't do something now, when will I ever do something? Like I literally talked about it on the live today. I was like, bro, Togi in the Why Not You video, he was talking about like every day you wake up, you either feed your fears or you feed your dreams. And it's like I want to start feeding my dreams, and I want to start being around people who are on the same type time as me, who wants to start like feeding their dreams, who don't want to take the slow route, who don't want to like think. Like I was talking to a friend about me wanting to do my own thing. This was when I was thinking about starting the lead gen thing, and he was talking about like I was talking about like how, you know, now is my time, like if I don't do it, like I'll never do it. And he kind of like rebutted about like how that's not true, and that like you can definitely get a regular job, you know, save some money, and like if you're willing to think long term, you can like definitely get that within how many years, who knows. And it was like such a good rebuttal, but it also, because it was such a good rebuttal because it confirmed shit in my mind. Yes, I can wait long term, but who knows how long I'm gonna be alive for, right? Like yeah, like, and another thing about that, it's like, yeah, you are right. Like now, just because I don't do it now doesn't mean that I'll never get to it. Doesn't, right? But also, if I just kind of do the opposite of what I actually want to do, it's gonna take me longer to get there because of the opportunity cost, right? If you're somebody like me who wants to make 10K a month, and you're just working regular jobs that don't get you close to 10K a month, you're never gonna get to 10K a month. But if I get a part of an industry where making 10K a month, it's like, yeah, of course, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like literally every I guess they're successful, but almost like every single person that I've like in sales that I've met, they've all talked about making like 6 figures a year, or just making like high amounts of money, like 7, 8, 9, 10 bands a month. And it's like, you know, imagine if I was making $10,000 a month. This is my life, the life that I have, the room that I've built now. It was when I had a job where I was 3 bands, making 3 bands a month, take home pay. The room that I'm in right now, bro, I don't like to show my business, but look at this. Here, this entire space right here, I paid for through saving up for my job that I only made 3 bands with. Imagine what I could do with 10. I even have a bathroom. All of this was $7,000, and I saved that over, you know, months of time. But imagine what I can do when I'm making 10 bands, and I'm like imagining living in the same type of situation that I have. It's like, girl, I was making 3 bands. I was putting like 2K to the side for savings and investments, and I was only spending like $1,000 on expenses. Imagine that same type of situation, but making $7,000 more. Like I'd be putting 4 bands to my savings, to my investments, and like the 3 bands I'll be doing with like whatever the fuck I want. You know, 1 band to this, 1 band for a vacation. What like the goals that we have are gonna be so much quicker to obtain. Like I'm just thinking about it. Like, hold on, this is my fucking video, so I'm gonna take the time to let's visualize, let's think. Like, I mean, like our goals, like our financial goals. Like right now, I'm getting very close to like 20,000 in my investments. We're at like 18,000 right now. But just imagine when I get a job like that, like I'll be easily able to put 1,000 every month, easily. And so that 20 or that 19 or 18,000, that'll easily turn into 20K in like a couple of months. You know what I mean? And so now that we got that footing of 20K there, or 25K or whatever, now it's like, okay, we could put that on. Like my first thing is to get myself out of debt. That is my first thing, because your girl is in debt. So even before replenishing, it's also paying off. I miss my credit card. Okay, my credit card has been dying because I've been making crazy purchases and depression. But yeah, I just want to be in a place where it's like I'm gonna be able to pay off my debts and then be able to put money in my savings, and then after that has been replenished, get like 10, 20, 30K in my savings, and then after that's replenished, then that's when we'll go hard on the savings account. And you know what I mean, like just being able to, investment accounts. So like have like again, pay off our debts, because I have like 10K. I'm 10,000 in debt, to be honest, which is wiping off my net worth by 10,000. Luckily, we still are like positive net worth, but it's like I was worth way more when I didn't have any liabilities. So it's like I'm trying to get away from my debt. But again, I'm only mad over the consumer debt part of my debt, but that's all. That makes a small percentage. Most of it's just like business stuff. So I'm not really like upset at myself for betting on myself, especially since I've like spiritually have gotten like this whole feeling of like, hey, this is a playground. We're here to experience things. I'm supposed to do something crazy. Like, there is no point of doing the normal. There's no point of living in fear like all the time when I'm going to die. You know what I mean? Like, why am I so afraid to get into debt on things that I actually know can make me money when I haven't really been in a space to be, like I can't be picky, or I'm saying like, I guess when the time comes down to it, like, are you really willing to do the work that's required? And it's like, I know I am. I just, you feeling like you just don't want to waste your time. And I don't know, this is a bit of a long-winded statement to kind of say that, like, I believe that I belong in sales, like, and I didn't realize that. It's crazy that the one job where I was just like, hell no. It's the one job that I'm like wishing to do, and all the other jobs, they didn't want to hire me. They didn't want to. One job almost hired me, but I did not like the circumstances. It was essentially like a call center job, and they wanted you to, I don't know, stay on the phones for like a good amount of time, and it wasn't remote, but you still had to like lock in on weekends, but also, it was kind of remote. It was weird times working on the weekends, and also still having to go into the office some days, and low pay. Like, I mean, I could pull up one of the positions now, but I from what I remember, like for like inside sales rep, you were looking at a base pay of like $30,000 a year, and then you potentially can make 50 to 70K, and they said that most of their people are making that 60 to 70K a year. And I'm like, okay, that's great, that's more than I was making at my job, but how many hours are you putting in, the things that you're doing? And it's like, okay, this is great and all, but there's something more, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta do all of this and be at this job. And they were like one of those places where they don't really want you to take breaks. They look at you taking breaks as you not wanting it enough. And it's like they essentially are like, hey, this is like a call center about roofing, because that's what it was about. And I don't know, it just didn't really make sense to me, especially knowing that people have been there for a relatively long time or some time. I'm just saying, like, bro, if you have the skills and you know how to sell, why are you still working here? Like, in quotes, a dead end job. It's sales, it's not dead end. Like, you can work your way up 100%, but it's just kind of like, you guys have so much talent, so much skill. Why are you not like my brother? He's a door-to-door salesman, but I personally don't understand why he's not making like 6 figures a year. Like, he's so smart and he's so capable of doing it. So it's just like, I don't know, door to door you can make a lot of money, but it's also like you're door to door to kid. Like, you actually gotta be banging on bitches. And he's had gone through several crazy situations, like just being door to door, like guns pulled on him, cops called on him, dogs have bitten him, and it's just like, just to come back again and having to start over. Like, it didn't make sense. And he's been doing this for almost 10 years, if not 10 years. No, actually, yeah, he's been doing this for 10 years. And it's like, I know you're not poor. You're definitely not poor. You do have money, but it's like, dude, you should be making way more. You have the ability to. I just feel like he doesn't necessarily have a path that's like different. I don't know. It's funny because if I had a job or was looking for a job when my friend was working at that place, like, I most likely would have been doing what she's done. And she was making good money. She was making like $800 a week at that job. That's some good fucking money. Like, that's how much I was making at my regular job. Around that time, like post-tax, like $800 a week. 8, 16, 24, 32? Yeah, about right. So it's like, I'm not saying that this is a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm also not saying that I'm going to be only working 4-hour days. Like, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be some long days. But I'm also aware it's like, I can do this at my house. I can do this at a park. At a nice, peaceful park. And still make money. I can be outside. I can be indoors. I can be in America. I can be in Europe. Doesn't really matter. Like, I can be anywhere in the world and still make money from my laptop. And that is why I got hooked on trading. And that's why I'm so pissed. Because it's like, if I knew about this and I had the fucking balls that I have now, bro, I'd literally be everywhere exactly the same, like the place that I know that I can be. That's the most irritating part about this. It's like, if I started sales 3 years ago, I'd have bank, I'd have businesses, I'd be damn, if not a fucking millionaire, damn near fucking close to it. You know what I mean? Like, I could save $1 million in a couple of years. A couple millions in a couple of years. Like, that's the scenery, that's the vibe that I want. Like, I don't want to be living in scarcity. Like my mother, or I grew up in a family where we've been like significantly like well off compared to the people that I've grown up with. You know, living a middle income, that's what they say? Yeah, middle income lifestyle. Of course, you know, you have the Disney trips like once a year or once every other couple of years. Like, I had that growing up, Universal. So I had a very privileged life. Lights always were on and food was already always filled. So again, nothing bad, anything that I would like be like, this shit sucked. But it's also like, it's the going on your YouTube and seeing so many people who are less intelligent than you making way more money than you. Why is Togi literally kind of a millionaire? If not a millionaire, kind of a millionaire. Like, why is he that? Meanwhile, there's so many people with IQs 10 times higher than theirs still clocking into a regular job. Like, dude, when I tell you that, like, my goal is to have like 100 bands in the bank, 100 bands to my name. You know, like, being able to say that I have like 100K, 200K salary job, like, bro, like all I could think about is all the money that I'm stashing, because some fuckers, they care about Miami, penthouse, Lambo, watches. They're young and they never had adult experiences or having to deal with anything. And me in my privileged space, it's like not like I had to deal with a lot of things like crazily, but you start seeing shit like they still have the whole I can go to college. You know, people aren't expecting a lot from them, and nor are you necessarily on yourself. But like as you get older, like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and I'm about to turn 25 in a couple of months, it's like, all right, bro, like you're closer to 30 than you are to 20, kind of. So it's like from 5 years from now, when I am 30 years old, it's like the the idea of like being at a cubicle 8 hours a day, no sunlight, or I should say 7 hours a day because of that 1 hour break, but like no sunlight, that fluorescent light, just being around people that aren't not the same energy as you. It's like at my last job, do not get me wrong, I liked a good amount of people there. I did. It was nice, it was friendly for the most part, and it was just like a overall not so bad place. But that's it. That's what it is. Not so bad. Could be worse. If it was 5 stars, I'd give it a 3. Like that kind of thing. Not bad, but not great. But that really showed me, it was like, okay, I do not want to work with people like this forever. Like everyone around me is like complaining about work in a sense of like I'm not getting paid enough, or dealing with this person's bullshit, or ugh, this manager sucks, like just so much bullshit that these hardworking people have to deal with that I literally do not want to deal with, nor be surrounded by that energy, because it's like I'm somebody who does complain. I don't mind complaining. Complaining is necessary. But then it's like you're around people who, in these regular jobs, you're around people who complain and do nothing about it. You're around people who complain but then go to the backlog of like, I have a wife, I have kids, this, that, and the third, I have to provide. And it's like I really feel stuck, and just you get that sense of like that stuckness, and it's like, bro, I don't want this for myself. Like right now, like the only reason why I stayed at that job was because, hey, it's a job, it pays me every 2 weeks, I know what I'm getting every time, and yeah, they're not firing me. That's it. Like some people, like, because I told them about certain situations that I've been through at that job, and they were like, you should quit, you need to get another job. And I kind of maybe started the process. I loaded up LinkedIn, and when I started looking for jobs, I just was like, no, bro. It was just so like, even though this place is not the best, it's not terrible, right? Why would I leave if no one's firing me? So I didn't want to look for no job, and I didn't. And I ended up getting fired, but it wasn't like, it did piss me off. But at the same time, it's like, I needed this time. If I was not unemployed, if I took their advice, got a job, and let's say I'd probably be in the same place working, I would not have the time now. I probably would still be thinking about trading. It's just like so many things that's happened since that I gotten let go, that it's like, dude, if I did it, I'd probably be in the same place wanting for the same things. I'd probably still be saving up for trading, still trying to make that $50,000, in my trading account, saved, put to the side. But yeah, right now it's like we don't have that situation, and it's a little bit difficult for me to just be okay with like where I am. But I know that I need to change, and I know that I need to do something differently. Like I never did sales other than like doing the lead gen shit, but it's like anyone can do it. You really just need to talk. I have the tonality, I have the communication skills, but most importantly, I do have listening skills. I just don't have it trained for a certain way. And that's what brought me here. I mean, Colby honestly was the first person that I seen to even talk about appointment setting, to even talk about this. And added to that, he has a pipeline of people wanting people to get hired, and that's something that you can't knowing that there's job listings and seeing that they've been posted like 10 hours ago, like he's showing me more recent ones, right? And it's like, damn, like this is crazy. I didn't even know that it was this many influencers out there. I'm like, wow, people can get influenced by so many different people. I wasn't aware of that. But yeah, like I just wanted to at least try. And when my mom's coming back Thursday, I thought she was coming back Friday. So tomorrow is Wednesday? Shit. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I gotta like do shit. I gotta like clean and like, anyway. But yeah, it's like, yeah, when she gets here, if she asks me about a job, I'm gonna just tell her, hey, I decided to go back to school. It's an online school. I'm gonna be doing it for like, 3 months. It is a training program designed for, I'm not trying to say sales. I'm trying to say something a little bit more fancy. Just like, I'll just say marketing. We'll just say marketing. It's a marketing program designed for people, changing their careers and getting them into a potential space in the marketing world. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'll just say, yeah, marketing program. What are you going to school for? Oh, I'm going to school for marketing. Yeah, I realized I've always been a technical person and always been behind the scenes of like how to create this thing. Once I got more into business, I realized it doesn't matter how technically good or sound that product or service is. If nobody's aware of it, then no one cares. You're not making money. So getting over that hurdle of getting over my ego of realizing that the hours that I spent of making this specific thing, my definition of perfect, knowing that does not matter, and more so like people knowing about it, it's like they're like I looked at, like, you can look on Instagram, you can look on social media, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You see so many people there who, if you look at them, you're like, how in the world are you wealthier than me when I'm literally 3, 5, 8 times smarter than you? My thing, well, the answer is marketability, marketing, visibility. Yeah, that person is smarter than you, but can you get an audience of 5,000 people to watch your videos? Like when you think about what keeps people up and what keeps people sleeping, I think about more so the being at a college professor philosophy class versus you being up, shining and happy, like perhaps like being at an amusement park or hanging out with your friends or something like that. That is like the difference between an app with no marketing, which is being in your philosopher class, your boring ass professor, versus an app or whatever with marketing. It feels like a good fucking time and that you want to be there, and so does everybody else. So it's like, sorry, you guys caught that? I was mainly talking to myself, forgetting that I was recording. My fault. But yeah, this is 30 minutes. This is way too fucking long for a video. I don't really care. I just need to put this out here because like nobody watches this shit anyway but me, and that's like kind of. I just want to be able to document my journey, just my well-being, seeing how I feel in the moment that is right now, and just kind of like seeing where I go, because Kadi a year ago would have never done this. Kadi 6 months ago probably would have never done something like this. So it's like, I know that I'm changing, and I'm changing for the better. But now we just got to keep on going. This is really just the start. This is really just the beginning. I feel this, like getting into it. It's like, I don't know, I've been a lot more numb when it comes to money due to day trading. So it's like spending 5 bands and then spending another 5 bands. It's like, oh my God, but it's like, it's not even a big deal to me. I don't know. Maybe because I know I'm going to get it back. Like, I don't know. Like, I think because I know that I'm going to be making hundreds and thousands of dollars, it's like, I don't really, like, I already know I'm going to do well. I already know that I'm going to be great. I already know a lot of motherfuckers are actually fucking lazy and they'll spend like thousands of dollars on something and not actually see it through. And I know that I have those situations, but it's like, bro, if you're telling me to watch this thing, take notes, go to this class, go here, and I have an onboarding card tomorrow, so like I'll be able to see more about everything and really just take notes of things. And yeah, like overall I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited where I'm gonna be. Since this video is scheduled like late June, maybe early July. I wonder what it will look like, because I'm gonna be documenting this whole thing. Like, and this is the shit that I like to do, is because people are like, oh yeah, I documented my entire journey on YouTube, and it's like, you made like 3 or 4 videos. That's barely documenting it. Like, what are you talking about? Maybe their videos that they're talking about are private, but I hate when niggas be like, I documented my entire journey. They only put out 3 videos. Like, come on, bro. No, me documenting the journey, it's like day 1, day 3, day 6, day something. Like, you're seeing progression as I go, or at least weekly, like something, you know. Seeing somebody's day 1 and then seeing week or month 6, it's like, damn, what happened from that point to that point? Really love to know. So that's something that, you know, I want to be able to show you guys, and I want to be able to show myself, so, you know, later down the road I can genuinely tell you I documented the entire thing. Look back. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day here. Such a quick video. I just had so much to say, so much on my mind, and just seeing where I currently am. You know, I know that I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna like just practice and ask tons of questions, because I know that I'm gonna fucking crush it. Like, if this is school, I was really good at school. I wasn't like a fucking, you know, but most of the people here weren't like that either. But most of the people here probably did not go to school, probably did not go to college. Most people don't know what it's like to be in boring ass professor lectures and shit like that, and still have to pull shit from your ass to pass a class. I know what it's like doing that for 4 years. 4. And I majored in finance, so nobody can be like, oh, communication. No, bitch. It wasn't chemistry, but it's fucking finance. Most people don't make it that far. And I graduated with honors. The lowest level of honors, cum laude. But I graduated with honors, and I got the receipts. I got a fucking medal. So I know that I can fucking work hard on something and stay disciplined, and like lap around people who are too lazy. Like, I know that I can do it. And I come across to myself as somebody who's lazy. Like, that's how I feel, which is like scientifically like so inaccurate. Like, my friends, if somebody asked my friends if Kadi is lazy, the likelihood of them saying yes is so slim that I can hear the answer from here. Do you think like Kadi's lazy? No, she literally has a YouTube channel. She literally vlogs on a regular basis. She edits for she video records and edits for Philly Live. She goes out there doing cold outreach on the streets of Philly. She literally has done music. She's graduated from university. She was a tax accountant. Like she was valedictorian of our high school. Like, she's like far from lazy, but if you ask her, she'll say that she's probably a little lazy. But on the outside, like, I don't look like a lazy person, but personally to me, it's like, I'd be lazy. I know I'd be lazy. And it's like, now I'm growing weed too, which is, it's not my first time, but it's like, it's landscape. It's a bigger job. I think the time's off. I'm just excited. I'm excited to start. I'm excited to like learn something. I'm excited to be nervous and scared to get on those mock calls and, you know, be so afraid. I'm excited to get put in the fire, sink or swim, dude. Like, this is the first time I'm paying for school, and I am excited. I mean, it's only 5 bands if you think about it as schooling. I mean, school, $5,000 for college, like, that's 1 semester. 1 semester. Maybe. Depending on what school. I went to a state school. One of the cheapest options you could do for a university. And that shit was still 10 bands plus a year. Maybe like 12 a year. And this is me spending 5 bands 1 time. I was in school for 4 years. Like, dude, major. So it's like, okay, I gotta do something. I gotta do something else, because that college shit, I already did it. And, you know, some niggas would be like, maybe you gotta go get a school. Maybe you gotta, it don't matter how many certifications you got on your shit. Like, if niggas is not hiring, you're not getting hired. You know, luckily AI did not work out. So, they're hiring people back, but still, it's like being in the palm of, being under their fucking thumb, where if you make a mistake, they don't care to terminate you, but if they make a mistake, nothing back, no apologies, no nothing. And then they're like, oh, rehiring people that they fired. Oh, fuck you. Because if the numbers were numbering and it made sense to keep this AI shit to keep on going, they would have never even looked at you. It's all about business. And it's like, man, when am I actually gonna get out of their control? When am I actually going to be in a position to where I don't have to think about getting fired? And it's like, most people think about that on a regular fucking basis. My father literally worked at his job for like almost as old as I am right now, and he was about to get fired. Keep in mind, he was doing something that he wasn't supposed to do. Keep that in mind. So him getting fired, it makes sense, but it's also like, this person has been working here for 20 years. 20 years plus. And it's like, okay, yeah, what they did wasn't really great, kind of out of pocket, but you just gonna fire them like that? Like seriously? Like, damn. Like, not even like a warning, not even like a, hey, this was really bad, but like, you've been out here and you've been doing work, nobody hates you. Like, I'm shocked that this is coming out. Like, I don't want it to end like this. I don't want it to be like this, because you've been such a great employee for all of these years. Like there's probably people in management that gotten hired and like stepped up and be like, and it is his boss longer than they've been alive. I don't think I said that. Essentially, like, he's been working at the same position, the same job, doing the same fucking shit, making the same no kind of money type of job. Meanwhile, there are kids that probably graduated, went to high school, graduated college, and did that, and now is working a manager job, telling him what to do, and they're like less than 30 years old. It's shit like that would piss me off, but some people don't work like that. I personally, I couldn't be in a position to where like I'm under somebody's thumb for the rest of my fucking life. Like 20 years and I'm not making $100,000 or even $50,000. Like, that's crazy. And niggas just take that shit. If things were different, people would like that. That's why people start making their own businesses. They start investing more money. He did that. Now this is getting in my own personal life. This video was supposed to be over like 10 minutes ago, but I still keep on talking. Okay. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is a fucking... I should have made this a live rather than a fucking video. Jesus Christ. Alright.